Wow, what a difference their sound makes, huh? Good evening, I'd like to call the village board meeting for the village of Cary for Tuesday, December 21st, 2020 to order. Roll call, please.
Cavelli? Here. Weinhammer? Here. McAlpine? Here. Dudek?
Here.
Collier?
Here.
Walrath?
Here. Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. Chief, would you look?
Sure. What do you want to do? Yeah. Yours. You going to say it? Yep. Apparently I got some.
Well, that's okay. We'll make a notation. That's good.
Trying to figure out the formality. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Don't worry about it.
What if I just put Edward?
Just.
One foot. Thank you, Chief.
Depends, that's it.
No problem. You know where to find me.
I do.
Happy? See here?
Well, first and foremost, you guys, Merry Christmas to you guys and your families, and hope all of you are getting through, everybody's healthy and safe and all that good stuff. Seems like just when we're kind of feel like we're seeing a light, then there's another bump in the road, but I guess we're figuring out that as human beings, we get through it, we figure it out. So just wanted to read a quick statement today, and just in some stuff we're working on, and some other things that we've got on the table coming up that I'm sure you guys will be back in here to go over with you guys, and then Mark and Brian are working on some stuff for us. For those of you that don't know, we did move 2 doors down, bigger space, and have somehow through this whole thing just keep plugging away. I try to take every bit of information as I can with a grain of salt, and I don't know any other way but just to keep working hard. So I thought it'd be easiest, just so I don't take up too much time, I'm just going to read the statement and then see you guys soon. Got to lock my phone again. We're living in crazy times, and I have to, we're living in crazy times and have to be diverse in business, creative concepts, and diversified revenue streams, because all revenue streams are important. These revenue streams, along with our creativity, teamwork, and perseverance, are going to be what helps us get through. So one of the things, or some of the things that we've been doing to diversify and try to grow and work with everybody is we've been holding events. Last week we raised over $4,000 for local families and individuals with 2 events in the grant. Both planned with an individual in the group. Kind of blown away, to be honest with you. But it's working, and it does get some people out. And I think there's 3 people at least to. We've added a full food menu. We also are pretty unique with what we'll do with that. We've got some really great items on the menu, which we can talk about when I come the next time. We are also, by McHenry County Health Department standards, we are considered a commercial kitchen. We've also leased an additional bigger kitchen for when we need to serve other things that we'd like to put on the menu, but we don't necessarily do that. One of the things I'm just going to mention food-wise, we have a lot of really cool stuff, but as of the first of the year, we're working with a company out of Key West. If you ever heard of the Key Lime Pie Company, we're actually doing the Key Lime Pie, chocolate covered on a stick. We'll be the only one in Illinois that has this. We did it up here overnight. We have the freezers for it, and it's going to be really cool as we start to get into better weather again next March, April, hopefully. One of the things that we've done a little different over time is, I think right now, I really consider us not just a business, but a brand. So if you look at what we do in-house, we have our own salsas, our own jams, our own barbecue, our own apparel. I mean, we are pretty full-fledged into that world, and Happy's is a brand. We have stuff selling online. I've got 2 other retailers selling our products in the area. And it's been really cool for us to see how we can blow that up and expand. That's been something that's helped us kind of get through this crazy couple of years that we've had. And we actually use a lot of those products in the food that we're doing there at Happy's. One of the things we do is a really killer, like giant bacon chive tot, gourmet tot, with truffle oil, Parmesan cheese, but the side is our strawberry jalapeno jelly. And I'll be honest, we actually sold through everything for Christmas, although we can go on that stuff. So I'm really happy with how that part of it's going. That being said, we have multiple revenue streams, and we are set up to continue that. I do think the way of the future is to have multiple revenue streams. I think the folks that are sitting there with one or two, unless they're doing a massive job with one or the other, it's just a little bit more difficult to be successful. You know, about 2 years ago, before this whole thing started, I mentioned I was interested in gaming. And we have already been approved by the state with a license number for gaming. We followed the guidelines from Kerry to set ourselves up for what we needed to do to be able to do this. I'm sure this will be brought to you guys here shortly. But I did want to reiterate one thing when it comes to that. That is not going to change who we are. We actually have full separate group that if you walked in and didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know it was there. We don't want to throw this in anybody's face. We really just want to be part of that revenue stream included in our revenue stream. That also being said, I don't see this as being anywhere near the revenue stream that some of the other businesses do as a ratio, but it's a revenue stream and it still helps. So I wanted to mention that to you. Second, almost there. So basically, I was saying, we understand your perspective on, you know, we're a community. We got to be careful with how we do that. I don't want to change our hours. I don't want people to walk in and see these things front and center. So I think the way that we've set everything up is really cool, and I think we can kind of capitalize on the folks that we have coming in, and it helps. Lastly here, we've overcome many obstacles between COVID, I'm not going to get into this too much, but then obviously a questionable business, I guess I'd say, next door, and been working with the local folks here to try to figure out what's going to be the best scenario to kind of work through that. But I feel like we've done a good job of being a good community business. The other thing that I made sure of is before we did move, I don't know if you guys recognized it or not, but we actually filled that Happy space. So it's not like we sat there with a vacant space. He's going to be opening, he's been working on it for a few months, and he's going to be opening probably another week or so. I think he was just having his last up today, last 3 days. But it's basically a Hot Wheels and NASCAR store, and there's a track to race Hot Wheels. Super cool. If you think it's just for kids, dads and kids, absolutely. We were talking about when dads having race for pigs with their Hot Wheels cars, and I said, if you want to see a bunch of grown men cry, have them race for pigs with their old school Hot Wheels cars. So, anyway. Well, in closing, I just want to say this. If you ask what motivates me, the number one thing that motivates me to move forward and do what I do here, hands down, is my kids. I got 2 kids sitting out front. They're probably actually doing pretty good right now. I'm surprised they're not here. But as a single or as a full custodial parent, thank God I've got my better half of that here. It helps out significantly with just the harmony and everything else. But you know, this is how I'm putting them through school. It really is. This is why Happy's exists. It's always why it existed, and that is really the reason I do what I do. The second reason for me personally is that we have a great, resourceful group of people in our community that have a lot of talent. And I like to nurture that talent. And it's in all kinds of different shapes and forms. It could be from trade, it could be from music, it could be, it's just so many different things, artistic. We've always done that. And there's a lot of ways that you wouldn't even recognize that we're able to do that, and we do that, but it happens almost every single day. So that's the other thing that really motivates me, is getting to see and meet people and do that. So anyway, I appreciate your time. I didn't mean to take too much time tonight. Again, a big congratulations to you guys, the Trojans there. You guys did a great job, and I meant what I said. You're going to really, later in life, you're going to figure out just how great this is for you and just how much you learn from this experience. But enjoy the ride as long as it lasts. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to address the village board? Then close opening forum at 6:10. Now moving on to my report, it is with great pleasure that we recognize formally our Cary Grove Trojans. And I've said it before, this is our third state win. It's unbelievable, 2009, 2018, and 2021. Proudly sat with it every one of those games. And just in utter awe, I have to tell you that I thought that was probably one of the best football games I ever went to in DeKalb. That was just crazy. And I've always said this in my travelings, my regional things, everybody knows Cary from Cary Grove High School. And that is an unbelievable, respectful thing to say about our community. And I've always mentioned that Cary Grove High School is the heart and soul of our community, and I truly mean it. And when you guys did what you did, I mean, it's crazy. I keep this proudly in my office with the ones that we've had in years past. So it's very exciting. Before I call you guys up here formally, I do have a proclamation I'd like to read and give to your team and your coaches. We have a proclamation of Cary Grove High School Football Team Week, whereas the Cary Grove Trojan football team has concluded a spectacular season as 6A state champions, and whereas the Cary Grove Trojan football team finished 2021 season with a 14-0 record, 9 regular and 5 postseason games, a true testament to their teamwork and their determination. And whereas the coaches, assistants, and support personnel are to be commended for their combined years of dedication to Cary Grove High School and to the development of outstanding football program. And whereas the cheerleaders, POMs, dance team, marching band, and superfans exemplify the true spirit of Cary Grove Trojans. And whereas the residents of Village of Cary are extremely proud of the Cary Grove Trojan football team and that they have accomplished this year both on and off the field. Now, therefore, I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim Monday, December 20th through Friday, December 24th as Cary Grove High School Trojan Football Week in the Village of Cary, dated this 21st day of December 2021. So thank you very much. Again, I mentioned when I was asked to make some remarks at the pep rally or the victory celebration that Sunday afterwards. I could not have thought of a better way to open up this beautiful new building with a tribute to a part of our community that means so much to all of us. So thank you very much for coming in. We greatly appreciate it. If you guys would mind coming up, we'd love to get a picture with you guys up here. Coach in the front.
You can stand on a chair.
You gonna be able to get everybody in, Courtney?
I think so.
I'll take right on. If there's
Stop. Can you go?
next time first.
Little, sorry. Everyone ready? We're good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys- Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you. Moving forward, a couple more comments I want to make. We certainly have a lot to be thankful for. was carried in 2021. That foresaid the wonderful victory of the Cary Trojans, but I want to give a heartfelt, grateful thanks to our village staff, Jake, your team, Eric, Chief Finley, the outstanding job that you guys did putting together this building in record time, really, about 15 months from start to finish, on time, on budget. It's remarkable. It's a true testament of what we're capable of doing. I look forward to what other things that this great staff can do. In addition, thanks to the board, we have a lot to be grateful for. Look at the accomplishments that we've made since we've been sitting here. It's tremendous when you have a collaborative board that wants to work together to get things done. It's great. I love the flow that we have. The comments, the board meetings are really well thought out. People have a lot of great comments about things, and we're getting that cog is really starting to move. We've got a great opportunity ahead of us. And we look forward to not only with the Village Hall, with Rotary Park at Cary Lake at Rotary Park, I think the pinnacle, I guess maybe it's poignant for today that the old train station came down. That's the start of the redevelopment of our downtown. I mean, that's a tremendous, you think about this and you're in awe of the things that we're able to do and get these things done. And it's because of the people in this room that we're able to move forward and get these things done and the vision. And I love hearing what people want to do. And I look forward to 2022 and how we could, build upon the things that we have going on right now. So I just wanted to take some time to thank our staff and your support staffs and everybody sitting at this table that we're truly blessed and we need to embrace that with our community. So thank you for that. Any trustee reports that need to be aware of?
I have just a comment. Update on when the Maplewood development might be coming before the board.
Yes.
First meeting in January. Yep.
Okay, that's. I will moving forward, I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items A through G as shown on the village's website and is displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting. Roll call, please.
Wyhammer? Yes. McGuffin?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Walrath?
Yes.
Judah?
Yes.
Cavelli?
Yeah.
Thank you. We have one thing under the items for separate action. We have our annual stormwater public meeting. We will call that to order at this time at 6:17. Is there anybody here who would like to address the village board about our stormwater public meeting? Eric, do you have any comments that you'd like to make about that?
Thank you, Mayor, feel free to.
We're still organized.
But yeah, each year as a certified community within Cary County, we do host a public meeting just to give the public an opportunity to give us any feedback or comments regarding drainage and stormwater. Obviously, this has been an unusual year with the droughts that we've had this year, but what we want to highlight here is still hard at work in the background. Superintendent Lopez and his team do a great job of maintaining our existing system and doing any minor drainage improvements that we can moving forward. So we'll continue that, and you'll see more details and more evidence of that with our CIP workshop in January. Thank you.
Thank you. No other comments. We'll close the public meeting at 6:19. Moving forward to administrator's report. Administrator Wright.
Mayor, Village Board, speaking of our CIP, in front of you here is a budget calendar for this coming fiscal year. So we are getting close to our first meeting, which will be January 22nd, CIP meeting. This room, 9 a.m. And then we'll have our second on March 12th. That's a public budget meeting. And then finally, April 5th. So before you is the calendar this fiscal year.
Great. Thank you. Department head reports. I'm used to going from here to all the way here, and I got to go up here. Chief Finley.
I do. Just a quick update on our recent hires. That would be Officer Alec Haglund and Travis Weeder. They both completed their basic law enforcement training from the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy. and they graduated last Friday. Officer Haglund received the Physical Fitness Award for the class. And Sergeant Fetzer, Chad Fetzer was one of the supervisors. Two reasons we had to do that is we couldn't get anyone into an academy without providing a supervisor for the academy. We were able to get 2 slots in this academy. So we have Sergeant Fetzer back on the road to alleviate some of our personnel shortages. And both Travis Weaver and Alec Haglund are now in our field training program.
Thank you, Chief. Director Morimoto?
Thank you, Mayor. As you mentioned, our Public Works, the old train station has begun the process for demolition. Our contractor expects to be completed with the majority of that work later this week. This is Thursday. Then any remaining work will resume in January, restoration likely in the springtime. So that project is moving along, and if you have any questions, have the answer.
How will they leave the parking lot? They'll move everything, will they put something on there, so, or do we have to have that fenced off?
Yeah, once the building is down, it'll be backfilled and leveled, and then for the wintertime, and then they'll come back in the spring for the paving of the concrete slab. That will be temporary service until the year.
Okay, thank you. Any future agenda items in discussion by the village board?
Sure, one possibly. That we could come back and circle to dispensary limits we put in, more distances. Other towns have changed theirs drastically lately to fit these places in. I feel that we isolated them out at this point and have nowhere for them to go. Address that again. Distance wise, or it's more specific to certain areas and isolate some.
Well, and I know also Crystal Lake reduced, they set a limit on how many they eliminated that restriction, and they substantially reduced the distances between some of their other businesses.
I think we're just limiting.
Yeah. Does anybody have an objection to bringing them back to a committee? No? All right, we'll move that to another meeting. Great. Now I will entertain a motion to adjourn into executive session. Yep.
Just need to get a further action.
Okay. Sorry. I will entertain a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss personnel, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. Illinois 120/2C1. And we will adjourn directly from the executive session. There's no action taken after.
So moved.
Can I do a voice count? Roll call, please.
Dudek,
Yes.
Billy,
Yes.
Meinhammer,
Yes.
Walrath,
Yes.
McGowan,
Yes.
Collier,
Yes.